Welcome to the world of English. We are going to learn about linkers.
Wow! May I know what do you mean by linkers?
Yeah, sure. Linkers are also called transitions or discourse makers. They help us to establish our ideas explicitly. Linkers make it easy for us to compare, contrast, illustrate, define, and summarize our thoughts and develop coherent paragraphs. This unit introduces some linkers that help you to write a descriptive paragraph.
What can we do using linkers?
Linkers will connect one idea to another idea. Let us see one example. Susie loves to go swimming in the ocean. However, her parents won't allow her to do that. The linker, however, tells us that the logical relationship between two ideas is contrast. The linkers are words that help our writing more coherent. They connect connections between
one clause and another clause, one sentence and another sentence, one group of sentences and the next group of sentences. What do linking words do?
Imagine that the next sentence starts with also, on the other hand, or consequently. These linking words show us the direction of the next sentence. If the sentence with also, we know that it will add another similar point. If it starts with on the other hand, we know that contrasting point. If it starts with consequently, it will describe a result of previous situation. This is why we use linking words. Let's learn linking words grammar.
Could you explain in detail the different categories of linkers?
Yes, linking words and phrases are divided into three categories. First, some linking words are conjunctions. That means they need to be used in a sentence with at least two clauses. After these words, we should add a clause and then we need another independent clause to come.
Could you help me to remember them in the form of a structure?
Yes. The first one is clause plus conjunction plus clause. For example, it was raining, so I stayed at home. It was raining is the clause, then so is the conjunction. I stayed at home is another clause. We can use this in another form. Conjunction plus clause plus clause. Although it was raining, I went for a walk. Here, although is the conjunction which comes first, and then it was raining, I went for a walk. These are different clauses. Let's see the second category of linking words. Some linking words are prepositions. Means we need to use a noun after the linking words. Let's see the structure of these preposition plus noun plus clause. Despite the rain, I went for a walk. Example, due to, despite of, because of, or prepositions. In spite of the freezing temperatures, they trekked for hours. Many linking words are adverbs. For example, on the other hand, therefore. These are generally used at the beginning of the sentences. When we use an adverb like this, we need to put a comma afterwards it. Let's see the structure. sentence plus adverb plus sentence. Let's see the example. It was cold winter afternoon and the sky threatened rain. Nevertheless, we decided to go for a walk. Types of transitions. There are many types of linkers according to their functions. Let's see the first one. The relationship is addition here, and the transitions we can use are furthermore, moreover, besides, and in addition. Let's see the example. Razu loves to play football. Moreover, he likes to cook.
Please explain me in detail.
Yes. One other common relationships between ideas is addition when we want to add ideas. I like seafood. I like spicy food. We could add these ideas with linkers such as also and to. For example, I like seafood and spicy food. Let's see another example. I like seafood. I also like spicy food. Shall we move to the another type of transitions? Here, the relationship is contrast. The transitions we can use are nevertheless, on the contrary, however, in spite of, on the other hand, though, although, even though, whereas. Let's see the examples. It was raining, I went for a walk. Here, there is a different relationship between the two ideas. People don't go for a walk if it is raining. The second idea doesn't follow from the first one. This relationship, where the ideas are different, is called contrast. Although it was raining, I went for a walk. It was raining, however, I went for a walk. Let's move to the another type of transitions, a result or effect. The transitions we can use here are consequently, as a result, therefore, hence, thus. Let's analyze these reasons and results. It was raining, I stayed at home. In this example, we can see that the first idea, it was raining, is the reason for the second idea, I stayed at home. Or, I stayed at home is the result of it was raining. We can use linkers such as so or therefore to make the relationship between the two ideas clear. Let's see these in examples. It was raining, therefore I stayed at home. I stayed at home because it was raining. Let's move to the another one. The relationship we can talk here is time. The transitions are subsequently, meanwhile, presently, at last, finally, immediately, at the same time. These linkers can be used to connect an action or event to a point in time. We can use when, once, as soon as to talk about a specific point in time when something happened. As soon as we hear any news, we will call you. We can use before and after to talk about the order of the events in the past or future. After she comes here, she will pick you up. We use while to show the actions or events happened at the same time in the past, present, or future. They were talking while the teacher was explaining the activity. The comparison. Another type of transitions is comparison. The transitions are similarly, equally, likewise, in the same way, same as, similar to, in comparison to. Let's analyze the comparison. Sometimes we want to compare two things that are different. I always go to bed early. My sister goes to bed very late. This is also a type of contrast, and we can make the relationship clear using linkers such as while, whereas, but, however, or on the other hand. I always go to bed early, whereas my sister goes to bed very late. I always go to bed early. My sister, on the other hand, goes to bed very late. The next one is order. The transitions are first or firstly, thirdly, secondly, next, later, first of all, now, above all, last but not least, first and foremost. Connectors of sequence will helpful to organize our ideas. When you want to tell someone what happened at a particular time in a logical sequence, means to show the order in which things happen. For example, when I get up, first I brush my teeth, have breakfast, and then I get dressed, and finally I go to school. Here, first, then, and finally are the connectors of sequence used here. The next one is illustrating. The relationship we can discuss here is illustrating, and the transitions are, for example, such as, for instance, in the case of illustrated by, one example is. I hope you have understood how to use the linkers. So here is a test for you. The first one is, there were freezing temperatures. They trekked for hours. The linkers you have to use to combine these two sentences is in spite of. Come on, children, let's start the test.
In spite of the freezing temperatures, they trekked for hours.
Very good. Let's go to the next one. We booked a holiday. We had very little money. Use although.
Although we had very little money, we booked a holiday.
Very good. The next one. The tour guide was informative. We didn't need to read our guidebook so that.
The tour guide was so informative that we didn't need to read our guidebook.
Wow, nice. Jainuddin had no formal education and no wealth. Use neither nor.
Jainuddin had neither formal education nor wealth.
Very good. He didn't like water. He booked a cruise. In spite of the fact that.
In spite of the fact that he didn't like water, he booked a cruise.
Very nice.